episode 30, we've reached the 3-digit mark. No, not 3-digit mark. The 3-decade mark. Now we're in.
Yeah. The digit that is 3 is in there.
Was it Miracle on Bourbon Street? That's what we done.
Miracle on Bourbon Street. Is that?
Yeah.
That the WrestleMania game. It is. Yeah. Cool. As you can see, Joe is holding his rib still. If you're watching this on YouTube,
it is. Yeah.
Still not good.
The rib continues.
Mate,
the longest rib I've ever been.
They're healing. I will put the insert clip now of Joe getting absolutely pancaked.
It's well known backstage that Joe got dropped on his head as a child.
That was bad.
No, I was trying to wait a little bit. Yeah, I'll say this: Peppercorn number 3.
Oh.
Peppercorn number 3.
Yeah.
He obviously he didn't realise Joe had actually got hurt on that. He just said that bump looked rough. And then obviously glossed over the group chat. And then like 5-6 days later was like, oh, you actually got hurt on that. And then he rewatched the highlights of that match for me.
Yeah.
And his input was, that was a rotten bump for Joe. That's all he said. So
I think a lot of people did. We kind of no-sold it at the show. And we had the 2 guys that we wrestled.
I didn't have to no-sell anything really, though, to be fair. You said we no-sold it?
It becomes a team.
A team.
It's a team. Once I'm hurt, we're both hurt. I no-sold it, and both members of the other team contacted me at separate times this week just to check in on me because they saw me put a
Did they watch the pod?
I don't think they do.
Essentially.
Do you reckon?
I think they are. They're big peppercorns. They're big in the team. But no, they did reach out to you, make sure you're all good.
Yeah. They're good guys. Good guys.
He is now, what is this, 10 days nearly? 9 days?
It's a week and a couple days now. But if you're hearing this, it'll be 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I was going to say, is where you at compared to where we were last week on the podcast, pain-wise?
I'm up and out.
Because obviously we're not in a bed.
I'm out of the bed and I'm out of the dressing gown, but I wouldn't say it's that comfortable. But it's getting there. It's getting there. It's all the other stuff. It makes you feel fluey. I felt fluey with it.
You probably got another 28 days left of it, pretty much.
It's 4 to 6 weeks recovery, yeah. So I'm taking it day by day, really. I set myself little goals, and so far the goals haven't fully paid off. So
I would have loved an X-ray of it. Though. I want to see the damage that it's.
You want me to get? I'll get an X-ray for you. You want one?
Please, yeah.
I'll get one done.
We should have that. But and Bruno's about to drop the X-ray in right here. Bruno, please pick the worst X-ray you can find. There's 9 broken ribs. Find the most ridiculous.
I'm gonna put Joe in one of those baby X-ray machines where they have to go like this.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I'd pay big money to put you in a giant.
I bet you would. I bet
With
you
your
would.
arms up.
Yeah.
Ask Matt. Is that a real thing, or is that?
No, they have to. Yeah, because they. No, it's not a conspiracy. It's a real thing.
Why did they put them in a jug? I don't really get it.
It's not a jug. It's a thing. So they can actually. Because you're not going to get a baby to lay still while they go over an X-ray, are they?
Yeah,
so they
they'll
have to
be
put,
fine. They don't need to put them in there.
They have to put them in a contraption that keeps them still.
You know, like the pint glass we all have that you make jelly in?
Yeah.
They put them in one of them.
That's odd.
To X-ray their bodies.
I feel like it'd be more cramped.
It's got to be a thing you see in films. I don't think it's right.
I don't think I've ever thought about it until right now.
They would just lay there chill if you asked them.
Yeah.
There's no need for it.
Proper chill, yeah.
Saying that, when I hurt my knee, I was 21 and they put me in a long glass tube.
Did they?
Yeah. Because they said I was wriggling too much. I tell you what I did do is an MRI. I don't know if any of you have had MRIs.
No.
That is no. Well, they're no fun, is what I was going to say. Because you have to sit dead still. And it takes like 35 minutes. And then you get to the end of 35 minutes and they go, around 27 minutes, you moved a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to have to start again.
Oh.
And that's fun.
Oh, that's silly, isn't it?
I feel like Bruno would freak out a little bit.
They did need to put you in that little contraption, didn't they?
I was in a giant glass when it started.
MRIs scare me because you got to be careful. If you have any sort of metal in there, then it rips it to shreds. No nipple piercings.
Yeah, I had a brace in, and I was fine.
Wow!
It didn't pull my bottom half of my face.
Something from Saw would happen.
Yeah, I think Bruno's right. He thinks babies go in these glasses for X-rays. He
That's
thinks
a thing.
my whole jaw's going to come off in an MRI. It's not.
You're not allowed metal in there.
So Bruno's the type of guy.
Oh,
yeah.
wow!
Yeah, so I had I've had actually a
Wow.
complaint. We've had
Have
one
you?
complaint.
The general.
We haven't had a Bruno's the type of guy last week at all.
Well,
And I'm just going to say
for the
Bruno's the
past
type
few
of guy.
weeks.
That's what I think I've been dropping the ball.
You have,
But I
yeah.
actually believe that Bruno's the type of guy that would think babies go in a tube and that your face will come off in an MRI if you have a brace.
I didn't say
So-
your face would come off. How dare you?
You said
I
anything that would rip to shreds. My brace is metal.
Bruno's right.
Bruno's not right. Listen, you've seen the same TikToks and films. He's probably.
I feel like the voice from the back of the room is usually correct, though.
It's usually correct, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Bruno's probably watched one too many TikToks
All
on
right,
MRI.
so our forfeit for the person that's going to come last in the NFL fantasy this year, because it's going to be
Yes.
you, has to go get one, their nipples pierced, and then 2, go into an
Go into-
MRI.
That's a lot.
We
That's
not
a
only
lot.
so wait a second. You also got to get injured so that the NHS have to then pay for it. So what's the injury got
No,
to be?
it's private.
Yeah,
Private.
maybe I'm not.
Right, we'll go private.
Check out.
No, why do you want this MRI? I don't fancy. What a waste of services and money.
Yeah.
Bruno's loving it. I don't know. Honestly don't know. No, we had that complaint from the general, the Sammy. She came in on the comments and said that we haven't enough. Bruno's the type of guy, and again, we've just learned Bruno will believe anything he sees on TikTok.
Yeah. All right. What did you have before this episode? What did you actually have planned for Bruno as this type of guy?
I can't remember. I think I had this long drawn out thing, and I kind of made it in my head earlier, and then I thought that's quite wordy, and I can't remember exactly what it was. It was to do with you going to a beach and eating fish, but I can't remember exactly how it was. Did you want to explain how your birthday was? Because your birthday's been since the last episode.
It is my birthday, and the timer is now on because my birthday was yesterday. There's got to be at least, I'm giving it a 7-day timer that my best friends will come and see me. So, oh
no. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair.
no, that's good.
It's worth the trip for the coffee as well, to be fair.
Exactly. You have to drive. You have to. No, I said you have to drive that far to get a decent coffee in Wales, anyway. No, birthday was all right. Worked, and then it was a lovely evening. So went down to one of my childhood favorite places, which is Southsea. It's where it's.
I thought you were going to say the basement.
It's my blood. Yeah. And went for a walk. Went into this fish restaurant, which I loved, but since I had been last, it has got even more Tory. I'm not sure it's up my street anymore. And
I can imagine you in a polo shirt right now, laughing loudly.
If you know Portsmouth, like it's not a very like what's the word I'm looking
Be
for?
careful.
Yeah.
Be careful.
It's not one of those places where there's usually a little bit of like high
It's one of those
class.
Tory places.
But this looks like this is like just the most high class bit in Portsmouth, I think. So I might not go there again. There's a few places that I want to try down there, but no, it was a beautiful night. Blew out a candle. We got some hot donuts, and then I blew out a candle. There we go. That was my evening. No.
Hey, to blow out a candle.
No,
was it like- You're
No.
bad. Yeah.
No.
So euphemism. No. Was it like a big candle, like when you get on a kid, like on your dining room table?
Nah. It was just a.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate more? This guy-
What's going on with this candle?
Did you blow out the candle? Was that euphemism? No. Was it a big candle? No.
I don't think he wants to
Wait,
talk.
wait. I just want to talk about the candle.
Hey, you started off this segment by saying that you didn't want to make it too wordy, so I'm just giving you short, direct answers. I didn't
I
think
didn't want Bruno's the type of guy to be too wordy. I don't want the podcast to be too
I
wordy.
don't think podcasts rely on
Yeah,
wordy.
That's what I mean. So I think it would have been all right. No, it was a regular birthday cake candle.
What colour was it?
But not in
blue,
it.
blue, and because we got donuts, Claire put it in
Yeah.
the donuts for me, and then I blew it out. It was nice. It was a nice little surprise. So there you go.
The way you said in the donut, was it like hidden in there? You had to
No,
find
it's just No.
Because the candle was in the donut, does that make it a blow nut?
Do you know what would be quite fun? I've never thought about this. We put candles in a cake.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube, the Peppercorn Boys on YouTube, search us right now. I'm giving you a demonstration with my hand.
Is that a cake?
That's the cake.
Careful
This
now.
is yeah. Be careful. That's the candle, right?
Where's the wick?
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah. What if you started to shove the candle right down until only the wick was showing?
Yeah.
And then it looked like it was on fire.
That'd be cool.
Doing that next one.
I think that is actually a legit thing that can happen. You get those candles.
No, it definitely is a legit thing that can happen. I can push it into sponge. Yes.
It's not a conspiracy theory.
It's not nice.
No, I think it's possible. My God, this guy.
You've got to take the candle out before you eat cake.
Yeah, you could get some wax in there as well.
Wow.
It didn't last long either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
You got to blow quick. You know?
No, I was just saying, it started off hot, this episode. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But no, so it's a weekday birthday, isn't it? So it's not going to, like, break the bank. So,
like a cake.
Like a cake. However, the first episode of House of Dragons was very good, and in the group chat, you knew what, like, what's the word? The type of conundrum that was going on in my head on that Sunday night of whether to stay up or to do it. And because I'm normally a guy that, unless like I prefer watching the live stuff, and I know TV shows you can watch it whenever, you can do what you want, but when it's something
Bruno's the type of guy that likes watching.
He loves watching. There's nice podcast too wordy.
Yeah. So even with TV shows, when it's live with America, for some reason I feel like I have to watch it live. And then so I still enjoyed it, but I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as if I stayed up until 2 a.m. and was like shaking whilst watching it.
I know exactly how you feel. You feel like that guy that got shut in that football stadium at the Euros yesterday.
Oh God!
Do you see how shaky that guy was? Because that's exactly how you feel.
Yeah. That's a very hungover guy. He looked dishevelled.
Yeah, the way he was shaking made me uncomfortable, but I know exactly how.
Yeah, I bet it would have been cool because hey, we in the group chat again, we respected how cool that tunnel was, like the coolest tunnel in the world.
That was very cool.
It looked genuinely. I've been to, when I go to Greece and we go to the Mussolini caves, you have to walk down an exact tunnel like that to get to the part. And my God, yeah, beautiful architecture.
Mussolini and Gandhi.
But I reckon it would have been. I think it's the Mussolini caves actually. It would have.
I don't think it's a Mussolini cave.
It would have been. My God, it would have been cold where he was, I think.
Ow. Ow.
He went, oh my God.
Don't do that. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's the cave would have been cold, you're right.
They're in a stadium.
I didn't see that, did you? Did you see the cave?
I didn't.
Joe didn't see much of the match. The tunnel of the match, the England game, was a coal mine.
Wow.
And not Michael Couple.
Coal mine? Like a see-through box?
So the place in Germany they were is a huge coal mining town from before.
Okay.
So they made, that's what it was. It's supposed to be a kit like you're coming out of the coal mine.
So was it?
That wasn't a gag.
Was it a legit one, or was it a manufactured one? Like,
I assume it's manufactured, but it might have been on the area in which it was.
Yeah,
but it literally, you know, when you're in Disney and there's like a set.
Yeah.
That's what the entrance is. Really cool.
Artificial.
But no, that guy was cool. Can we go back to House of Dragons?
Yeah. Are you someone that appreciates watching that week to week, or would you rather be able to binge it?
No, I think I need it week to week because it's pretty intense. This ending to this first week was mental.
You need a week to digest.
I think that episode will have it written all over it. The Peppercorn Boys. You know, it says like
reviews.
Reviews. It'll say the Peppercorn Boys, and this is what it will say.
I'm trying.
Mental. But they have to put head nods in like his head did a circle.
I was trying to think because I didn't want to give spoilers because that is a legit like spoiler thing, but it was horrific, absolutely horrific.
Yeah, because I'm a big binge guy. That's why I'm waiting for the WWE to end so that I can actually start it.
I think you've been waiting a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a lot to catch up on, apparently.
I tell you what, I don't think I could even spoil it if I tried.
Have a go. Yeah, so obviously that'll come to an end eventually. I can binge it.
Oh, I wish I knew how to wrap up like the last
You can't.
40 years
I wouldn't know, obviously, but
somehow.
there's probably a YouTuber that could do it.
Yeah.
But word it. I want to be able to word it.
It'd be too wordy for Bruno.
Oh man, that'd be so much fun.
It would be too wordy for a Bruno as the type of guy, though.
Bruno's the type of guy that's too wordy. Is
Hey,
that what was doing?
Do it on the TBA TikTok channel.
You know, the TBA wrestling on TikTok and the Seat Geek codes, and they've been going very well, so I keep doing them.
I like that.
The House of Dragon. I don't know if I could go back to waiting a week because I don't really watch any shows that are up to date. I don't think.
No.
And the only shows I do, I think, come out in batches.
Yeah.
So like Outer Banks and things like that. Yeah, so I don't think I could.
I didn't realise there were still TV shows that actually ran week to week still.
What is House of Dragon? What is it? Is it Game of Thrones?
It's Game of Thrones, yeah.
It's like a prequel, isn't it?
Yeah. Bruno's the type of guy to do a little smile that right before he said it's Game of Thrones then, that is going to genuinely, and my head's gone since he's done it. Oh my God. If you're watching this on YouTube, watch it back.
I'm cut.
Bruno, if you're editing this, watch that back and see how you feel about watching that.
I was real time. I knew how I was reacting to it.
Oh boy. Oh, that's sent me.
Yes.
I can feel most of the bones in my body right now because they're vibrating.
And can I go back to the Euros and ask how bummed you are that you're not there?
Yeah, very.
Yeah?
I didn't know. Is there a thing to this?
Yeah. Because last week you brought up that Pepper and corn it in your way, that you like collecting cups. And from what I've seen on X and whatever, the Euro Cup, so I'm guessing you're quite annoyed that you're not getting your little mitts on that.
I am, but obviously you need. Obviously, there's so many cups in the world that if I think I got jealous of cups that I can't touch, it'd be a sad old time.
Do you know the cup that I wish I could touch again?
I don't know. Go on.
That Colt one that got lost in the Bishton black hole.
No, hey, he's just instantly brought that to us. He's obviously lost it in some
the weird thing
way
is,
too much for.
Yeah. The weird thing is, it was a gift from you to me, and then I kept it at your house. Yeah, I think you got it one of the years that I didn't go to America with you, because I definitely didn't.
I guess from like a shop. I guess.
I think you won it somewhere. So you may have you may have won it in England, maybe. But I think you won it, and then you gave it to me, and then I kept it at yours, and then
it's gone. I wonder if it's in my cups. I'm going to go.
All the cups make it over.
It's not.
So I'm getting excited. I'm going to have to go for my cups tonight.
It's not.
I've still got the Westland one in my bag. Ow.
Very good.
I'm so livid.
No, the podcast's supposed to be funny, Joe. We can't keep. You don't keep saying don't.
I'm so livid because I couldn't get that punchline out, and it's lost all value, you know.
No, I liked it. It was really impressive.
You didn't hear it. I didn't get it out. Like most of my sentences, I didn't get it out.
But there's always the little timer in there. If you're going to give me 6 or 7 seconds, I'm going to have to jump in. How cool would the cup have been at that coal place, though, on the Euros? I bet that was a cool cup.
Oh.
Or it was really bang average, because I don't know. Who do you reckon plays a...
Nah.
Where is it, Frankfurt?
Was it Frankfurt?
Is it Frankfurt?
It was...
When
we in
Hamburg?
When we in Hamburg?
Probably Hamburg. Hamburg are the team we saw at the Emirates had a really good fan base, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like starting in the corner at the Emirates. Yeah, I think so. God, that was 20 years ago.
It's the Euro Cup. It's the cup that's being sold at all the Euros that's going around. It's got all the stadiums on it. It looks nice. It's very up your street, mate.
I've seen it.
Very up your street.
Yeah, because I'm on this Cups Patreon, and they brought it up last night on the... so we have a kind of a group chat. What do they call that?
Discord.
Discord community. Yeah. Discord community. I'm in the Cup community. The Cup community.
The Cup community.
So I have a...
Damn it.
What was that?
I don't like
Did you just
drinking.
you were drinking?
Yeah, I don't like when I'm talking and doing something at the same time.
Yeah, that's what they say. So my pepper or
We're going in,
cornet
are we? We're going in.
is actually engrossed in something that I want to talk about.
All
It's
right.
newsworthy,
Okay.
but there's a lot to be talked about.
Okay.
So I think I'm just going to bring it up and then we can elaborate. So I know it's early doors. We don't have to do all of ours because I feel like we could talk about this for a while. My pepper or cornet is meal deals. Okay. So the reason I bring this up is because the E-Coli breakout.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the E-Coli breakout is to do with lettuce in the UK.
Okay.
And they're saying it's particularly in the meal deals,
Oh.
in the like sandwiches
Yeah.
and things like that. So they're saying that all the meal deal sandwiches have had to be sent away and stuff like that. Those kind of
I
ones.
don't think my choices have lettuce in.
What are your choice?
Like egg bacon.
Oh, I don't get a sandwich. My main course is the 2 boiled eggs and a little bit of pasta.
It's cross-contamination as well, to be fair.
Yeah, it is. What is, also I want to know everyone's meal deal of choice. Because mine usually is obviously the 2 boiled eggs for the main, and my side is usually just a whole head of lettuce. That's what's really throwing me off. And then the last bit is usually just a 4-pinter of milk. I never know if they're all in there.
I feel like you're just walking around Tesco picking stuff up.
Yeah,
and assuming it's the meal deal.
Basically, if you get, that's what they say at Tesco. You get a drink,
Yeah.
you get something that could be considered a side, and what you would like to see as a protein main, that's what they call a meal deal. Right?
I love it.
So that's mine.
If that was the case, what would your choice be?
Fillet steak, a bag of Pringles,
Yogurt.
not in a tube. A bag of Pringles, not in a tube. And then just a pint of Chablis.
And a glass bottle of Diet Coke.
Glass bottle of Diet
Which-
Coke. No, I'm
which-
genuinely interested in what everyone's meal deals are. Because
Which
Bruno,
if
I don't know
you-
how he gets through this.
Which if you substitute the Pringles for just like a Dauphinoise or something, that's pretty much like the Tesco finest meal deal adult version you can get.
That's a funny old island, Tesco's, I think. You know, where it kind of, it's almost like Friday night in section.
Yeah.
But you kind of think it's Italian, but then you realise it's not. But there's always glass bottles in there.
Yeah.
Some garlic bread and maybe some meat.
It's a nice night in, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of says it on there. But it's a weird old island. It's like the American island, not?
Yeah, nice beef bourguignon.
Yeah.
My meal deal. So I only did it when I worked in Winnall for, I don't know how long it was now, like a couple of years.
He was a cashier.
There was one sandwich because, hey, Bruno's the type of guy that hates mayo. So I can't, that pretty much writes off 95% of sandwiches. So there was this one sandwich that was chicken, like cheese, a nice cheese, and chorizo or pepperoni. And that was like that meshed.
That's an expensive one.
He's made that himself.
No. That was so
With no
good.
mayo?
And it had no mayo, but it was like a tomatoey like thingy. But it was a tomatoey spread, but not tomato ketchup. But it banged. Hey, it banged. But normally with the no sandwiches, I normally go with a pasta pot, a pack of mini cheddars, and a Diet Coke. I would say.
Oh, mate. Honestly,
There you go.
underneath this video,
I knew.
discuss that.
Break up the mini cheddars into the pasta as well. That'd be nice.
No.
Like crispy finish, you know?
No, honestly, there's a couple of TikTok videos recently where people, the worst thing ever invented is a crisp sandwich. Not just crisp, because crisp I can deal with to a certain extent, but as soon as someone starts even crunching it into that, and then that crunch, no,
you got to lay them evenly and then crunch down as you put the bread on top.
I'm gonna be honest. I've probably had about 3 crisp sandwiches in my life, and I haven't had one for at least 15 years.
Yeah,
I think that was an early. I was
think,
trying to figure myself out, obviously. And I was trying. I was obviously experimenting.
You're asking questions to get answers.
Yeah. But salt and vinegar inside a really buttered bun.
Yeah.
And then they turn sideways sometimes, and they really floss your teeth.
They get you. They do get you. Have you had a chip sandwich? You alright with chip sandwich?
You have a chip
I'm
sandwich?
okay with the chip sandwich, yeah.
Chip butty is what they're known as.
Chip butty, yeah.
You get a fish and chip shop, salt and vinegar, and then you put about half a pound of butter on the bread.
Yeah.
Oh boy! I'm in there.
I'm a no vinegar guy, but yeah, me and Little Red, I think, would see
I'm
very.
an Uga guy. I'm an Uga guy.
This guy.
I'm a
is
no
the most
vinegar.
vanilla guy you'll ever meet. It's just mini cheddars he had with a pasta pot and a Diet Coke, and he won't even like vinegar on his chips.
Nah.
That's madness, you are.
Nah.
You want to know my meal deal?
He lit his sausage roll cold out of his fingers, but he don't put a crisp in it.
What's your meal deal, Joe?
Yeah, go on.
Prawn sandwich. Some kind of spicy crisp, hopefully ridged.
Honestly, they taste better when they're ridged.
Yeah, and
For my pleasure.
and
Damn it! I can get in. Oh.
chocolate friggy.
yeah. Joe wants his stomach to ask all the questions because he's thrown some crustaceans in there, and then he's backed it up with milk.
They're worried about lettuce giving you E. coli. Like, that one is going to clean
And he
it out.
thought, let's see if I can find the spiciest chip just to lay on top of that concoction in my stomach. My word. What noise is that?
Don't.
We have to talk. That's all we got. This is all we got. This is what they're listening to.
Oh my god.
So,
I got tears in my eyes.
I'm sorry, Jake, 'cause you don't normally have to worry about laughing on the Gunners or Ours podcast, do you? So this one's a little bit of a stretch.
He hates our other podcast. But you can
I do, yeah.
He hates it. He doesn't hate it. It's just, it's not supposed to be funny, I feel like, but it sometimes can be. Does anyone want to know mine? Or
Yeah,
interested?
do.
Yes, and isn't it, Joey? So I would probably go. It's changed as I've got older because I've become less worried about. What did you just call me?
I said no. I said hey. Of course, it's going to change. You're not just going to stick to one thing. What is the ultimate meal deal for you? Stop being around the bush. Just say what your ultimate meal deal is.
Can I tell you a story about my life? And how
if you want to, let's. All right. What's the evolution?
I just think because it's a podcast, obviously we've got Phil time.
Shut up.
I feel like, and obviously listeners really want to know more about me and my food.
Yeah.
So when Bruno and I used to get picked up by our nan, we would go to a Shell garage on the way home, and having listened to a song and a half of ICP, I'm actively trying to get out the window, and my nan is forearming me back in to the car, and then
bloody stupid.
Yeah, stupid. Yeah, she was a Geordie. If you didn't know what he just did there, because she wasn't Slovakian or whatever happened there. I would always seem to get. Well, I think we both would. Well, he wouldn't, obviously. He'd be trying to get his pasta pots in.
I was a sausage roll guy, wasn't I? Come on.
Yeah, it's a sausage roll. I would get like a chicken mayo, but the triple pack, like the three.
You loved it. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Good thinking.
Yeah,
good thinking. You get more food.
And I'm going to say this is a Shell garage, so the meal deal doesn't apply.
No.
But I would get a Ribena and some munchies.
Yeah, you would.
And I would have a bite of the sandwich, a swig of the Ribena, and I'd mix it all in.
Oh yeah.
And then this has progressed to my dad picking me up from school.
Yeah.
And he would deliver something, what he'd call a hedgehog.
Oh, I remember this.
And that's what essentially was his word for a meal deal. And he would bring me a chicken bacon with a spicy ridged crisp and a Ribena. So that kind of became the go-to always.
Well, Ribena is smart, so it's an antioxidant.
Yeah, I'm losing weight at this point.
Smart.
But I tell you what now. Yeah, because obviously back then it was like, oh, I need protein, I need chicken. Whereas now I'm not, I don't know if I just don't care anymore. I think the ham and cheese with nothing in, like no mayo.
That's a Raymond special, that is.
Yeah, it's really dull. But that with a spicy ridge crisp. Crisps. And the other team. We don't want to be, favoritism.
That's as well.
And then the drink of choice would be a Monster White. Because that is in the meal deal.
Was Relentless ever in a meal deal?
And we're sponsored by Monster.
Only the white cake.
Yeah. If you go to your Tesco's and go up to the cashier and say, Peppercorn boys, they'll give you 10% off. Try it. And let us know underneath this video how that happened.
Maybe we'll get more money from SeatGeek.
So, E-Coli bad.
Yeah,
corn
bad. Corn.
once that's sorted, What are you thinking about the meal deals? Is that you're a pro or,
I will heavily pepper my actual meal deal and pepper it here as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to put pepper on it and pepper on it again.
Double peppers?
Yep.
Double peppers. I am a corn. I'm not a fan
What?
of it. I'm actually not a fan of it. It's not my go-to. If I haven't touched it since I worked in Winnell, and I don't think I'd touch it again, to be fair, especially
And then
now.
if we're going to do it, like that, I haven't seen a Tesco since we've been in Wales,
Yeah.
so it's been a few years.
I'll say
It's
this.
because you don't go to For Thanos with me. Come on.
That's definitely not how you say it. I don't reckon. I've got a few things to say about that, actually. Okay. One, Bruno doesn't like people that want a deal because they're not making as much money as Tories. So he doesn't like the meal deal, because obviously we didn't say meal deal for us. We were saying it's for everyone.
Yeah.
But Bruno just said it's not good for me. It's not good for me, so therefore they shouldn't exist. The other part of this is, I think there's more Tesco's than Winnell. There is more.
Than the Winnell one.
Than Winnell.
Is that?
Because he keeps saying, I haven't had one since I've been in Winnell. Like as if he's not seen another Tesco's. But the Tesco's we've seen in Carmarthen, you can get sushi, like fresher sushi.
Oh.
And they do a deal with that.
Oh.
The sushi from the Sainsbury's sushi section, like actual proper legit sushi.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The one in Tesco's is really good.
That's how I've elevated my meal deal. I go for that. I don't go for the other ones. Or in Asda, because when I go into the office like I am tomorrow, sometimes I pop over to old Asda and go get some hot chicken goujis,
Bruno, I say this, Bruno's the type of guy that is made only of goujons.
I do like the hot food part.
Yeah, honestly, you cut him open, breadcrumbs come out.
We spent a good few years eating cod bites from
I love a
Tesco. Hot cod bites.
I tell you what, there is only one thing that beats either rotisserie chicken or chicken goujis from a hot counter, and that is at some part of the year. It's normally close to Christmas. It's the stuffing balls wrapped in bacon. You get a couple of those bad boys. You get yourself a nice little tiger baguette, like a baton. You put that on.
Oh my word. That wouldn't fit into my calories at the minute. I don't think that's fitting. I'll tell you what, I've been tracking calories. I'm in a little bit of a weight loss system for my own health.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to lose 1.5 stone. Okay. So I'm tracking calories. I'm under 2,000 calories a day. Not liking it.
No.
But I'll say this. A roast potato quarter.
Yeah.
So you cut them into quarters, don't you? Kind of thirds, quarters. A quarter of one potato, which is roasted, 90 calories.
Wow.
So if you're having 5 or 6, that's 500 calories.
That's mental.
Just roasted.
Yeah, roasted. Hey, our staples in Britain is not good for calories at all. Big breakfast, roast dinners, fish and chips, and it's bad. It's not great.
Meal deals.
Meal deals, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just finished that one off. I'm going to pepper the meal deals because I think it's really good for families that need to put together a meal on a budget.
Or a good working man.
Yeah, all right. It's definitely a working man lunch is the old meal deals. If we're going down, or lady. Working man lady. If we're going down like the route that Scotch try and do, then Aldi and Lidl are the winners in that regard, aren't they?
Yeah, well, Aldi and Lidl, you can buy a scooter and a breast of chicken. Do you know what I mean? That's what you need.
What else you want?
Yeah, the fact that Bruno completely forgot about the other gender then, and the fact he had fish for his birthday and he put a candle in a donut.
I didn't put a candle in a donut.
Hates meal deals and people that can't afford things that are more than that. He's very Tory. He's a heel. He's turning into...
I'll tell you what, I can give you my political allegiance. I will definitely not be voting Tory this year. I'll tell you what. There we go.
Let's get into it. Let's have an election special.
Oh my God. No, please don't. I had a weekend. That weekend I went to 30 Seconds to Mars. I had a couple political conversations. I was like, oh my days, no.
Yeah. I have no opinion. I'll say this. The other day I found out who the Prime Minister was, and it was a big surprise.
That's mental. That is mental.
That's where I'm at. But I'm in Wales. We have a different prime minister.
Yeah, on the lines of political parties, because I had a couple of things to bring up as well. Now I've reached that beautiful age. Hey, vote for Thanos 2028. I will be running in the US election. All right. I am now of age.
Not even England.
I don't know the age limit for a UK prime minister, but I'm running for president. All right, in 2028.
You president.
Man, the Peppercorn man is going to be mad, isn't it?
And it's vote for Thanos 2028.
I'm going to be honest. I've known Bruno a long time. He's a very nice human. He's trying to play a bad guy at this point in his life. But I've also heard some of his opinions on current events we're not going to talk about on the podcast. You don't want to vote for this guy. I'll say that. And I've also just noticed it feels like he's wearing a turtleneck from here, and he looks very slight. And I quite like the look. It looks like you're all like Christian Cage, like a skinny turtle. Yeah, I like that. I think a turtleneck is maybe your one.
I want to. I ordered one for the wedding, didn't I? And one didn't come, and two, it was too small. So the one that was too small, I feel like I can fit in about, like, if I dropped what you're wanting to do right now, and the other one that came through, I think would just about fit Joe.
Because I have the smallest peppercorn.
Yeah, I would say he is. So I have it to give to Joe. So I want to see what it looks like on him.
Nice.
I'll make everything look good.
Yeah.
Do you know what's annoying? He's right.
He's 100%. It's 100% factual. Unlike you, Scott, Joe is 100% factual. And
I tell you this: when we put suits on, he turns into Bradley Cooper in Hangover, not Alan. I don't know why, but it just turns out that way.
It's harsh, isn't it? It's that fittedness. He's just got that. He's just shaped perfectly, as Joe.
He's shaped nicely, yeah. My legs are only half a foot, and I've got a long torso. Like I said a few weeks ago, you cut half of my shin off. I'm a 5'8" guy. I'm not big. I'm someone who's been stretched out by some kind of bone, like, burst of like energy or something at some point in my teens. But I'm a 5'8" guy that just happens to have a long neck.
I feel like this has changed my body shape slightly, though. I feel like it's going to be interesting.
It's like Marilyn Manson.
Oh no, you might have lost a couple of inches.
He's now 6'2".
And then talking of political stuff and actual things that I'd like to get behind that we need to protect at all costs. And I'm not sure if you've seen it, because I'm not sure if it's come through on your algorithm, but we must at all costs protect the Hawk 2 girl. Have you seen that video?
Yeah. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you not?
Who? I didn't know what the word is when you said Hawk.
Hawk 2? So
Is she Scottish?
No, she's Southern. She's from Tennessee. You haven't seen that video? That has not come across your feeds.
No.
That is mental.
What kind of feed is it?
Hold on. I'm gonna have to show you because this is silly now. You're being silly.
Because if we're going to protect her, I need to know what it is she does first.
Yeah, unlike you, I don't just vote Tory no matter what they do. I like to actually weigh up both sides.
I want to know what she stands for.
Yeah.
Guys, you're being silly now. Come on.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
You gotta give him that Hawk 2 and spit on that thing. You get me?
And spit on that thing.
Bruno, Jesus. Did you say we have to protect this person?
We do. People like that. Just like the whole interview actually is so funny. She's awesome. And there's a whole thing now because she's not like, I don't think she has any social media presence at all. So no one can find her. So hey, you've got people that it's just fun. It's just fun. So you're
Bruno, obviously, what's happened here, guys, is Bruno's shoehorned in someone he's fallen in love with.
No.
He's tried to make it make sense. But you got to remember, Bruno's the type of guy that would go to a hotel, fall in love with the Tauh girl, and then find her on Facebook that same day, and then message her.
Do not put me in with someone that we know very well, okay? Do not try and push someone else's thing onto me.
Okay, I understand. Bruno, is that story factual?
It is factual.
There you go. Anyway, what's your peppercorn?
Not to me. Not to me,
No,
though.
It was not you. You're right.
My peppercorn. Do you want Joe? Do you want to go first? I've spoken quite a lot today.
Oh, you can go for it. Go for it.
You've been quite wordy.
Yeah,
We're happy with it. We don't.
Yeah, I've been proper wordy, you know. My peppercorn today is going to be very triggering, especially for Scott. So this hey, the one thing I know about Bruno this week is he's come after Scott. That's for sure. He's got some proper heat, I think.
I tell you what, Sam's gonna be happy. There's been about 6 or 7 Bruno the type of guy as well.
Yeah, she'd be very happy.
Pepper or corn it, choke jobs. And not the type in the bedroom.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Are you talking about like
sporting choke jobs?
So are we including rap battles into sporting?
Rap battles?
That's what I said, yeah.
No.
Okay. Look, I was going to say, if it was, obviously with 8 Mile and how Eminem got on there,
yeah.
he didn't want to blow it. And I don't think he did. I think he did really well. So it depends. Choke jobs.
I'm glad you said that, though, because we have never actually on air covered
Eminem.
how Eminem actually did on the rap battles.
Yeah, that's true.
He came back, didn't he? B-Rabbit came back, didn't he?
Peter Rabbit did come back. Is that what you said?
No, I said B-Rabbit.
Okay, I don't know what it is. I've never seen the film.
Oh my God.
I've just seen a documentary on the sport that is rap battle and it came out.
But no, so over the weekend, Rory McIlroy was ahead by, I think, 3 shots or 2 shots and bogeyed 3 of the last 4 holes and then gave it away to Bryson DeChambeau. So that is now gone down as a choke job. But in my research, in my research for this segment, this part, choke job I found out is very American, because if you go onto any of the subreddit stuff, all of it is just American sports, American college basketball, baseball. So I don't think it's a very English thing, which is I think why when I brought it up and said the Dallas Cowboys are going to be a choke job this season, you were like, I've never heard of that, but it's a thing. But it's just because I'm more Americanized than you. But
yeah.
vote for Bruno 2028.
Yeah, I do feel strongly about choke jobs. Right. In England, we call it bottle job. It's kind of the same thing, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
I support 2 teams that an online presence would heavily go that way about, no matter what happens. You know, if I support Arsenal and Dallas Cowboys, which are very triggering teams to people. If Arsenal went to a Champions League final or Dallas Cowboys went to Super Bowl and they lost, it would be considered a choke job.
Yeah.
No matter what they do. Whereas if the Colts go to Super Bowl, everyone will go, nice season. So it's difficult because, like I said, inside sport and any kind of athletics or anyone that does it, I don't think that word is a real thing. It's just kind of a...
You win or you lose.
Yeah, it's a social media modern thing. I don't think people really... Like, you know, a football player wouldn't care less. Like, you know, like they'd be like, oh, we just lost. Like, it's not really a thing. It's more of a modern trolley thing. Then that's why I'm not necessarily into it. Because, I mean, I've seen a million people bottle it or choke that don't get called out on it. It's more based on the team and how many hits you can get with that team.
What do you think of how many people have won stuff over time in any sport? There's been that many losers.
Yeah, and I know that it's not necessarily just losing; it's the way in which you do it. But I could name you a lot of situations, but people don't talk about. Like I said, it's all to do with hits. It's more troll and kids and stuff. It's like social media, so I just don't really care for it. So the idea of choke jobs. I don't think anyone would pepper a choke job. I don't know if that's like a... Is that a thing that anyone wants? I guess if you hate a team, I guess it's good to see.
I think all this stuff makes for good conversation as well. The fact that we can even talk about it right now.
That's what I mean.
It makes it fun, doesn't it? Like, it makes it fun when your team's rival loses, you can call them a choke job. Like,
yeah, but it has to be in a certain way.
Yeah.
because you kind of the only way to be a choke job is if you're good as well.
Yeah, like
you have to have you have to have an expectation of having been good.
Yeah,
for a period for you to throw it away at the end. Kind of.
Yeah,
but I'm going to call it because I think it's just a modern social media thing that I'm not really interested in.
I think there is a way for a team to actually choke. Like, because I know you get winners and losers. Someone has to win, someone has to lose. But there is a way for, like, a team, let's say, that's been on fire all season, whatever sport, they get all the way to the final, they play the final, but in the final, it's on them. Like, they might mess it up, like, their game plan's all wrong, and they've just completely lost the plot. And it isn't showing anything that they did in the lead-up.
Yeah,
that could be considered.
If you make a Super Bowl and you're 40 points up and you lose, that's the word.
So I do agree with some of your sentiment, but I don't think it's a new thing. It's been around for a while. I think it's been around since like the early 2000s, I would say, like, because all the stuff going back is like the Dallas Cowboys bottling it since such and such. But the most recent one, Rory, going into the tournament, he was not a favorite at all, but it was how he was playing and how much he was up by that. If he just played kind of normal, he would have seen it. He would have seen it through. So he choked. He fumbled the bag. There was one, Man City. How hyped were they going into that FA Cup final that kind of everyone, the writing was on the wall? That was a choke job that they lost to Man United in the FA Cup final. There's been a few. Obviously, a big one, the Atlanta being 23-3 or something up, and losing it from the third quarter, choke job. So
the only thing I'd say about that one,
thing.
That one is my kind of point. Is more it's based in the people in which do it, because the Atlanta one, people talk about it as the biggest comeback. They never talk about it as a choke job. Whereas I could tell you, if that was the Cowboys against Brady, it wouldn't be the biggest comeback; it'd be the biggest choke job. So it's more to do with the team that's involved. In my opinion.
I like you. That is the greatest comeback in NFL history. It was one of the best Super Bowls I've ever seen. It's still a meme of the 23-3. Like, whenever that date comes up, like, it's still a meme.
They make fun of the Falcons.
At Matt Ryan's expense as well, when it wasn't all on him. But so it is funny. I'm right on the barrier. I will corn it because I don't like the thing choke job. I do align myself more with your thinking, but it does happen. There are certain things where if a team is so overhyped going into the season, and they just fumble the bag, or if a team is so hot, like, hey, if Tottenham next year come right out the gate and they're like leading the Premiership and then they choke right at the end, it's a choke job, like, type thing. Like, even though going into the season they weren't favourite.
Well, Arsenal 2 years ago.
It's getting into that position. Yeah, it's getting into that position and sort of having it in your hands with sort of the stuff on the table where, like, the fixtures are manageable. Obviously, any given Sunday, any given Saturday, you're not going to win every game, but it's that type of thing.
I definitely get like where it applies. I just think it's more of a, I don't know. I like sport a lot, and I like the like ebbs and flows of momentum and things. I feel like it kind of puts it's like a quick way of being without having a big discussion about what went wrong. It's like, oh, they bottled it, and you're just like, well, yeah, but like, why? Like, let's figure this out.
Yeah.
I think it's like I said, I support two teams that it's not going to be beneficial to support. Tottenham are another team, by the way. As much as I dislike them, they'll be banned. If they won the league, they would get banned.
Yeah.
So, but it's tough. If Houston went unbeaten and went to Super Bowl and lost, everyone would be like, "Oh, they're so unlucky." I can't imagine.
But again, it generally depends on the situation going into that Super Bowl. It is funny, but
especially if they're up against the bloody Bears or something.
Yeah, exactly. Texans this year, I say, have like their expectation is win the division, probably win a playoff game. That is their sort of their bar. If they go over that, so if they do get to a conference or a Super Bowl, then they have overachieved.
Did you peppercorn?
No, I'm going to corn it. I don't like it. I think it's fun to talk about. But yeah, I'm going to corn it. No one really chokes. There's winners and losers. Pepper or corn it? Disney.
Wow. As
a whole.
Yeah, just all of it. Like the franchise, the merchandising, the
conspiracy
everything.
theory.
If you want.
So if it's all of Disney,
yeah, the whole thing.
I'm going to say this. I like the idea of Disney. In practice, I don't necessarily enjoy it as much as I think I want to.
Fair enough. I'm going to heavily pepper Disney because it's acquired a lot of stuff that I love. Anyway, so it's added. So my love of animation anyway. So Lion King, Aladdin, when I was a kid, has then just like grown now because they pretty much like got everything. But I do get there are some bits that are a little bit like.
Yeah, I can see why people don't necessarily like Disney, like because of the money making side of it and like the marketing. There's stories about Disney that people have, like what went into it. But I mean, I think for what it is, like I love Americana, and I think Disney is about as Americana as it gets, and that goes for the films, parks, like. And I'm very engrossed in it this week because I've had a bit of time to sit and do nothing. I've been pretty much going down a rabbit hole watching people walk around Disney. I've been watching Disney films because I'm going in October.
Yeah.
And I'm getting excited.
That's what I was going to say was, someone says Disney, my first thought is the parks.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think of films.
Yeah.
Because obviously like Marvel and everything's kind of that, isn't it? Like it
is now, yeah.
Star Wars and all this.
Yeah. It's even Fortnite now, so like it's even more.
Yeah, but I think of Mickey, and I know like growing up he had all the
big Mickey Mouse
Disney videos, so I watched all those. So that's why I kind of think of that. So like Lissy and I went last year to Disney, and we kind of told us this. We've gone to all the other parks, kind of like Simpsons, Harry Potter, Avengers, and all this area. We went to actual Walt Disney kind of situation, and the idea of it, we were like, we have to do it. Mickey is the whole, And then once you kind of get there, because we're not big into rides either, it was very like it's a really lovely place to be. It's the happiest place on earth.
Yeah.
But we were kind of like, what do we do next? But again, I don't know if we're just not super deep into that part of Disney. It was also really hot. So maybe they had a lot of people. And then it monsooned and invoked the scariest car drive of my life. But you know what I mean? I don't know. I just think I think of the parks and it does make me happy. It's like I like Florida generally, just because you could tell everyone's there on like a dream holiday.
Yeah.
So everyone's in that mood, and it rubs off on you, doesn't it? You kind of feel happy for everyone. So I can't imagine I can corn it, but my first statement is kind of how I feel about it. Does that make sense? But I'm gonna lightly pepper it.
Oh, nice. That's fair.
But I also really like it.
Yeah. Well, you pepper it. It's on that end of the scale.
Yeah, I just can't explain it. I don't know.
I'm going to heavily pepper it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm deeply engrossed in it this week. I like the merchandise, all sorts. And if you want to check out the merchandise, I found a sweet bit of merchandise. It's a Spirit jersey, and it's got the Mickey Mouse ice cream sandwich on it, and it is lovely.
That's nice.
It's about $80 though. So.
I bought you a Lilo and Stitch hat from Disney that turned out to be a kid's hat, and I bought it off two women at like a kiosk in the park, and it was the last one. And I was really excited about it, and they watched me pay for it, walk off, then try and put it on my head because I was so hot. I was like, I'll wear this, and physically watch me realize that it doesn't fit on my head because it's a kid's one, and then not ever go back to them.
That's
so
a good hat.
It's
a good hat. Though.
It's saying that the hat fits like fine if you wear it like this.
Yeah, on top of your head.
Like kind of relaxed. If you wanted to bring it down like this, and you're doing a little bit of a Harlem Cobham hanging out around the back corner or something, it doesn't really work. But.
Yeah, I can't wear any hats normal. It always has to be there. Otherwise, it just looks silly. Yeah, which is annoying.
It's like you've got a small cranium, big face.
I've wanted so bad to try and find some good, like, large snapbacks, but I can't because they all look silly on me.
You look good in like a baseball, like a regular baseball.
I don't know.
The problem with him is he's a big, like,
I'm a big trucker
active
cat.
guy. Like Bruno always thinks there's a zombie apocalypse happening. So he's always got to be in his running shoes. The hat's always got to be cinched up so his eyeballs are popping out. Like he's got to make sure nothing's coming off when he's running.
I think in winter though, when Bruno's wearing a nice like bubble hat, he looks cozy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bought some Vans today for the weekend.
Ooh. Yeah, white.
I was so heavily contemplating getting white ones, but I then just had the picture in my mind of a guy my size wearing white, like quite tight shoes.
I think it's fine.
I don't know if it would have looked a bit. So I went with the generic white and black and white Vans. Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah. Or just regular flat, like proper Van. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not the checkered ones that people wear at chefing.
They're the best.
Yeah, I wanted to, but I was like, nah, I can't. So I was looking at Converse first.
Ooh.
But I don't think I can.
I don't know if you're getting away.
Yeah.
You're going to have, in certain people wear Uggs and their heels and that are kind of touching the floor and the boots.
Yeah.
That's Bruno and I.
In Converse. It's a toughie. So yeah, I bought some shorts and I bought a pair of Vans today.
Nice. Ready for summer.
Ready for this weekend, because this is the week I've been waiting all 12 months for.
Wow. I don't get it. I don't get what's happening.
He's going to see Taylor Swift.
It's Taylor Swift this Saturday.
Is that this weekend?
That's this weekend.
Did you see her dancing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
People were like, she's so underrated. They were like, if you have a niece, that's how she dances when she's had too many Dr. Peppers. Like, it's just, I don't know.
If she's someone's niece.
I'm calling Taylor Swift. What are we doing? Yeah, I don't know. I've just watched our Eras tour, but I mean,
that's cool. Scott, what did you want to talk about, mate? Because it is. It is about you. Yes.
It hasn't. See how he got caught out. Finally got. He had me teed up. He could have ploughed through me. He had the ball and the player. He could have taken both. As he went to take both, I picked it up and put a rescue dog there. And he went, "Oh my god!"
I choked.
I tried to have him, and he's actually helping.
And I choked. That's pretty much.
It's a choke job over here. Mo, I wanted to do a dog of the week. I had one in mind, but he has just been reserved.
Okay. Before you get onto this dog of the week, how did our last week's dog of the week? How's Nesta?
So Nesta is still there, still waiting for a forever home. Okay. So if you are interested and you've seen the pictures last week on the video, go to the website, matears.org, and you'll be able to find her page. Just search Nesta. But this week there was one that we're very fond of, but he's been reserved. I'm going to leave that in case anything happens. I don't want to mention it in case it falls through. I don't want to jinx it or anything like that. So I'm going to go with a different dog, who is a dog that Joe knows very well, and it is Friday the Cocker.
Aww.
So, Bruno, you'll be able to splice in a lot of pictures here because we have a lot of pictures personally on Friday.
I'm trying to work closely with Friday. Once I get back from this injury, my plan before the injury was to work closely with him for a bit. I haven't had a proper chance yet, but we've taken him to lunch a few times.
I took him for lunch last week when you weren't there. So he's had some slight guarding issues in our home. But we've been taking him for lunch, things like that, just to see how he gets on. And he's been an absolute pleasure. Sits in the car on the passenger seat, falls asleep. Absolutely loves being away from the kennels because obviously it's quite a stressful situation. But he's coming up to a year, I believe, in the kennels.
Yeah, he came to Benitez as a batch of puppies originally, and then he got adopted. He got brought back. He got adopted again and came back about a year ago.
He's had a hard time of it, but he is honestly. Someone called him a show cocker the other day. He is so gorgeous. Yeah, so make sure you check out Friday. Go on, Brit.
Can we foster him? Because we love fostering a cocker.
We do like fostering a cocker. You could potentially. I don't think we could because I don't know if Luke and him mesh.
He doesn't get along with cats either.
He doesn't, and Joe has a cat. But I don't know if you're allowed to foster a dog if you don't have a garden directly out the back of your house. So we're stuck. But if anyone's listening and anyone interested...
Oh, okay. Or we can just take him out for an evening.
We should.
That's what I'm planning on. I'm planning on, on one of my days off, just go get him and take him out.
Yeah, and there's a cabin on site, and Joe was thinking about staying overnight to kind of see how he gets on in a house environment overnight, and does he start guarding a bed, things like that. But I mean, we've heard only the bits that have happened there.
Yeah.
From what we've seen, we haven't seen any of it. So have a little read through the page on the website, and it'll be linked below, and see if you might be someone who could have fun.
There's a good detailed update on there from Lottie as well. Like she did a nice good update.
Nice.
On it.
I don't like people because I don't trust them because they said that Luke was a bad dude, and
Yeah.
He's gorgeous.
he's absolutely gorgeous, top boy.
Perfect little boy. Perfect little boy.
Yeah.
And also, the quote of the night there, I don't like people. Vote Bruno 2028. Thanos. Anyway, I don't know how long we've been recording. The bit that's been freaking me out the whole recording is usually I can see the time.
Yeah.
And this time it just says 3%. And it makes me feel like it hasn't been recording. And that's stressing me out.
We're pretty much an hour in because we fluffed to begin with, so and there's some fluff I need to and there's some fluff to cut out, like this stuff that it will be cut out as well.
Oh, so I'm still putting on my best.
Let's go to our call to actions, mate, and we can round up this thing and get the out of here. Come on.
Hey guys, if you're listening to us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, give us a 5-star review, let your friends know about it. And then you can go along to youtube.com/the Peppercorn Boys and watch the videos. Bruno does lovely thumbnails. Give that a like, give it a comment. And for example, today we have things like
that thumbnail last week was not my best.
Like it.
I did not like it.
Underneath today, we want to see what you think of Friday. We want to know your favorite meal deal. Would you vote for Bruno? We need to know all these types of things. Because this is the big episode. This is 30. This is 30 episodes. So we're trying to make fireworks go off. So this is a big one. So I'm just quite happy with it. But I'm hoping we got enough. Bruno's the type of guy. I think we've come in quite hot here. I think it's been a well-rounded episode.
Yeah.
So I'll see you maybe by Sunday. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Aren't you at Taylor Swift on Sunday?
No, Saturday.
That's when I was supposed to be at yours. I'll knock on your house on Saturday, and then obviously if you're not in, I'll just check. I like how deep this could go that Bruno doesn't go to Taylor Swift just to see if I turn up, just to have it over my head. He would do that. Taylor Swift means more than I do.
Ooh. Who knows?
It's
That's a conversation for another time.
Anyway, Bruno, we want to say this. Happy birthday, Bruno.